Hey guys, how you all doing? I am fucking knackered. If you're considering it as a job, please reconsider working in retail. It is absolutely shit. Cannot stand it at all. Understaffed, overworked and underpaid. It's a piss take. When I do the late shift at work, everyone else is gone by 6 o'clock, I stay until 8. And before anyone says it's not 8 o'clock, this clock here is wrong. It is very wrong. But I've lost the little key thing you need to change it. It's fucking annoying. I have 2 hours on my own, and I have no idea where I am. Did not know this was a dead end. Ooh, what's down here? Bumps! That's what's down here. That did not sound healthy at all. What was that? Huh. Why do I expect this bike to ever sound healthy? Anyway, yeah. In those 2 hours, I have to do the code check, do the reductions, get out whatever's left in the warehouse. The last couple of days it was like 4 or 5 pallets, which is a lot. I have to bring the garden centre in, but before I do that I get called out there every like half an hour to help them, because they don't seem to understand that I hate the garden centre, and if I had my way there wouldn't be a garden centre. But I've got to do all that and cover someone's break on the fish counter. Now covering the break takes half an hour. Bringing the garden centre in takes half an hour, which means I have the equivalent of 1 hour to actually do the work. Now the code check, a thorough code check, should take between an hour and an hour and a half. So I'm already over my limit. Bringing all the pallets in will take another hour or so. But I've also got to keep the shop floor tidy. So normally I end up staying like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours later than I should. Which I'm okay with because I normally get paid for it. But this week they've decided no one is allowed any overtime. If you do any extra hours, you have to leave earlier the next day, come in later the next day, clock out for the break you don't have to clock out for. So they're basically saying, cheers for doing the extra work, but we're not paying you for it. To which my response is, fuck you in the arse with a baseball bat. And no, you don't get any lube. You don't deserve lube. Stay on your side of the road, thank you. I could be here a while. So yeah, I am thoroughly pissed off with work at the moment. Because my department is ridiculously understaffed. I mean 150 hours a week understaffed. So everyone that works there has to work more. They have to do more work, they have to work longer, but we're not allowed to work longer because apparently they can't afford to keep paying the overtime. In other words, they're money-grabbing bastards. So what I've done for the last 2 nights is I've got most of the work done, and I've left on time. And I have left my department looking like a bomb has exploded. I left stuff on the floor, empty shelves, loads of stuff out in the warehouse. And when they start complaining to me about me not doing my job, my response will be, if you want me to do my job, pay me for doing my fucking job. Don't pay me for most of my job and expect me to do the rest for free. This job isn't good enough for me to do for free. It means some of our managers treat us like shit. All of the customers treat us like shit. because we're staff, we're beneath them. They can fuck off. I've stumbled into another dead end. Whoops. Yeah, I noticed something before I went to work. I live near Letchworth and work in Letchworth, but I barely know any of it. Every time I go to Letchworth, I either go to a friend's house to work or the town centre, and my work is in the town centre, so my knowledge of Letchworth is very limited. So I just, as I said, I left work, but I've no idea where I'm going. I mean, at some point I will be going home. I mean, I've only got 30 miles worth of petrol left, and I cannot be fucked to fill it up tonight. And do you know one of the biggest piss takes at work? I did the late shift today. I'm doing the early shift tomorrow. They wanted me to finish at 9 o'clock tonight, but I managed to take it down to 8. Because I start work at 6 o'clock in the morning. Which means I have to be awake at 4:30. And I was not willing to stay here till 9 o'clock. And wake up at 4:30 to start work at 6. I mean, they need to give me more than 9 hours between the end of a shift and the start of another. I mean, I'm at work enough that I might as well just fucking live there. I'm sure some shops and supermarkets are fine to work in. Lovely, I might say, but they expect you to do 3 people's jobs for half a person's pay. And they wonder why so many people quit. Oh, and I'll throw this in at the end. I have had quite a lot of people messaging me and leaving comments on my videos asking what I think about this bike. And would I recommend buying one? I'm going to be I've already done a brief review on it, but that was like just after I started vlogging, so it was absolute shit. Because I didn't know really anything about vlogging. I'm not saying I know loads of all of it now. Compared to quite a lot of people, I still know absolutely fuck all. But I know more than I did. So I can only assume that the videos I do now are better than the ones I did. In fact, looking through them, I've noticed the videos I'm doing now are better than the ones I did. But at some point this week, I will record and upload a full review of this bike, which is a WK125 Cruiser. Brilliant place to park. On a fucking junction. Fantastic. I just got a really weird, dirty look from the guy in that car. Well, he was either looking at me, the camera, or his reflection in my visor. I'm never really sure. Okay, there you go. Just before the review, the gears are dodgy. Very dodgy. They slip out of random gears into neutral. I've slipped out of 4th into neutral. How does that happen? So yeah, cheers for watching, and thank you for listening to another one of my rants. If you want to, stay tuned for the full review of my bike. I was certain he was about to pull out on me. Right, I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye.